India's industrial policies have undergone significant transformations over the decades, reflecting the country's changing economic priorities and global context. These policies can broadly be divided into the pre-reform, pre-1991, and post-reform, post-1991, periods, with the 1991 reforms marking a paradigm shift under the liberalization, privatization, and globalization (LPG) framework. Pre-reform period, industrial policy, 1947 to 1990. Key features: state-led development. 1. The government dominated the industrial landscape, prioritizing heavy industries and public sector enterprises, PSEs. 2. Industrial Policy Resolution, IPR, 1948 and IPR 1956 emphasized a command economy model, with the state playing a central role. Industrial licensing, License Raj. 1. Industries required licenses for establishment, expansion, and product diversification, creating bureaucratic hurdles. Protectionist policies. 1. High import tariffs and quotas were introduced to protect domestic industries. 2. Foreign investments were discouraged, and technology imports were tightly controlled. Small-scale industry promotion. 1. Reservation of products for small-scale industries, SSIs, to promote entrepreneurship. Focus on regional balance. 1. Incentives were provided for industrial development in backward regions. Achievements of the pre-reform industrial policy foundation for industrialization. 1. Development of key industries like steel, machinery, and power through public sector investments. Self-reliance. 1. Reduced dependence on imports in critical sectors like heavy machinery and energy. Employment generation. 1. Creation of jobs in public sector enterprises and SSIs. Balanced regional development. 1. Initiatives like industrial estates and tax incentives encouraged growth in underdeveloped regions. Challenges and shortcomings. 1. Inefficiency and bureaucratic hurdles. The License Raj led to delays, corruption, and inefficiencies. 2. Public sector failures. Many PSEs became loss-making due to mismanagement and lack of accountability. 3. Neglect of private sector. Excessive government control stifled private entrepreneurship. 4. Technological lag. Lack of foreign investments and restricted technology imports hindered innovation. 5. Global isolation. High trade barriers disconnected India from global markets. Post-reform period, industrial policy, 1991 onwards. The 1991 economic reforms, LPG framework triggered by a balance of payments crisis. The reforms marked a shift towards a market-driven economy under liberalization, privatization, and globalization. Liberalization. 1. Abolished industrial licensing, except for a few industries like defense and hazardous chemicals. 2. Relaxed restrictions on capacity expansion and product diversification. 3. Removed price controls and reduced government intervention in the market. Privatization. 1. Focus on disinvestment in public sector enterprises. 2. Encouraged private sector participation in traditionally state-dominated sectors like telecommunications and aviation. Globalization. 1. Reduction in import tariffs and quotas to integrate India into the global economy. 2. Liberalized foreign direct investment, FDI, norms across sectors. 3. Encouraged joint ventures and technology collaborations with global firms. Achievements of post-reform industrial policy. 1. Increased efficiency, deregulation and competition improved industrial productivity. 2. FDI inflows. Liberal policies attracted significant FDI, boosting sectors like IT, automobiles, and retail. 3. Technology upgradation. Collaboration with foreign firms introduced advanced technologies. 4. Export growth. Exports of manufactured goods like textiles, electronics, and automobiles increased. 5. Rise of the private sector empowered private enterprises to become global players, for example, Infosys, Tata, Reliance. Challenges and concerns in the post-reform period. 1. Jobless growth. Industrial growth often failed to generate adequate employment, with automation reducing labor demand. 2. Regional disparities. Economic benefits remained concentrated in urban and developed regions. 3. Dependence on imports. Liberalized trade policies led to increased imports, creating trade imbalances in some sectors. 4. Disinvestment criticism. Concerns over undervaluation and loss of strategic control in certain sectors during PSE privatization. 5. MSME challenges. Small and medium enterprises struggled to compete with global players and imports. Critical appraisal of industrial policy, pre versus post-reform conclusion. Way forward. India's industrial policies have evolved significantly, with the 1991 reforms creating a dynamic, globally integrated economy. However, certain issues persist. 1. Balanced growth. Policies should address regional inequalities to ensure inclusive industrial development. 2. Employment creation, focusing on labor-intensive industries to combat jobless growth. 3. Strengthening MSMEs, supporting small enterprises to compete in a globalized market. 4. Sustainability, encouraging green and sustainable industrial practices. By building on its strengths and addressing these challenges, India can achieve its goal of becoming a global industrial hub.